first name and last name. And remember, the first name is storing John, the last name is storing Doe. So it will output the name as John Doe. Right? Then there is another one which we call concatenate, which means to join. Who is this? Can you mute your audio? Faye Piri, please. Okay, concatenate means to join. Are we together? So when we say string.concat, first name and last name, it will output the joined string. Okay, maybe let's just run this part. Let's just run it. You see, it joined these two. It concatenated John and Doe. Okay, so that's what we call concatenation. Right? There is what we call string interpolation, which is another option for concatenation. Right? You can just go and look at it. We've got accessing strings and so forth. It's all about strings, index of. Just go and look at that. Right? I'm afraid our time is fast running out. I've got a second tutorial, so I'm trying to really get where the gold is. Okay, fine. We've got what we call escape sequences. Escape sequences. Right? We can use this one, which is a single quote. It will put that. Or a double quote, it will output this. Or double backslash, it will output a backslash. We call them escape sequences, right? There are quite a number of these escape sequences, like /n new line, /t tab. Okay, maybe to explain the /n, maybe let's go back to our code. Right? Let's just have a simple program. Console dot. Right, isn't it so? Do you remember console dot write? Hi?
Yes.
You do, isn't it so? Right, let's have a second one, console. Dot write again. So dot write.
Right.
Let's just do it this way. Okay, what's the output, guys, before we run this? What's the output of this program?
It's I say in the same line.
In the same line, isn't it so? Okay, let's just run it for those maybe one joiner. It's I say in the same line like he's saying. So we can choose to put an escape what sequence like that. Let's try and run it. You see what it did? It separated the high and said they are now on different lines. So we call it an escape sequence, right? So this is the way that you can make right to be equivalent to the right line by using an escape sequence. So I would just want you guys to, familiarize yourself with these escape sequences. If we had put a /t, it would put a tab, isn't it so? Which is a space between the words, right? For instance, if you remember here, right? When you run it as it is, I say they're joined, right? Let's try and put a /t there. You see what it did? It separated high and say. Though they are still in the same line, but there's now a space, there's a tab, there's a space. So, just go and familiarize yourself with these escape sequences. Okay? Just go and familiarize yourself with these escape sequences. All right. I think that takes us to loops and decisions. That takes us to loops and decisions. Should we make a sense here?
Yes, sir.
Right, that takes us to loops and decisions. All right. When we talk of loops, right, we just have this heading here. Loops and decisions. When we talk of loops, a loop we are saying to go around the same place. For instance, a very good example, you know, people when they're having a wedding, like in Zimbabwe, when they get to the roundabout, you know what they do? They can have 4 rounds by the roundabout before they go to the wedding veil. They are looping. They are, you know, iterating on the same place until something happens, then they leave. That's what we call looping. Then we've got what we call decisions. A decision is, you know, it's a dynamic solution that the code that you are producing should give at runtime, right? For instance, let's just say Joseph has got a debt. He owes me $100. I gave him during the first lockdown in March 2020. He came and said, can I have $100? I'll come and give you next week. Right. After next week, he didn't come. I was saying, okay, maybe it's just pressed to come. After a month, nothing. 2 months, I call him, Joseph, how far I need my $100? He says, I'll come with it. Say, I do it tomorrow. Or I don't I wait until 6. Nobody. 3 months, 5 months. Now it's over 2 years. Then it so happens, you know, today I don't have money. I really need my $100. I go to Joseph's home and I want to bash him. I want to hit him, isn't it? So I need my money. Right. When I just get to his doorstep, he says, say, I was actually trying to call you. Hey, I'm so sorry about the delay, but I've got your money. Say, there's your money, $100 plus an interest of 10. Will I continue to beat him? No. Yes, I had planned to beat him, but I want to do it. It's a decision that I have to make at runtime as things are happening. You know, so that's the same thing. Your code must be so dynamic sometimes to say if something doesn't happen, continue doing the same thing. Continue looping on that roundabout. Continue doing this until somebody gives you a solution like this, then proceed to the next level. So it's like saying, at the ATM, you want to get your money. It says, can you enter your PIN? You enter a wrong PIN for the first time. It tells you you're left with 2 chances. Enter your PIN. You enter the second time. It says, enter your PIN for the last time. If you enter a wrong one for the last time, it swallows your card and says, can you get inside? We want to understand. So it was looping, but it saw that, you know, after 3 times, it made a decision that most probably this is not the Mutero, the owner of the card. If it really was him, he would remember his password. So I have to swallow this card. Maybe it might be stolen. So it's a decision the system had to make at runtime. Okay, so your system must be able to loop and to make decisions. Okay, so that's why we have to talk about loops and decisions. Right. Let's start with this if statement. If I may ask anybody, if statement, is it a loop or is it a decision?
I think it's a decision.
Yes, if statement is a decision. If I get to Joseph's house and he doesn't give me my money, then I'll beat him. Else, if I get to Joseph's house and he gives me my money, I'll just take my money and walk away. So it is a decision, right? How about the for statement? Is it a loop or is it a decision?